Now at 5:30, we're hearing today from the daughter of a woman who died after getting tuberculosis from a bone graft she received during surgery in 2023.
She's now sharing her story as lawmakers introduce new legislation to improve the screening process used with organ donations. 13 Your Science Alexis Dumergine has the story. Alexis?
Elena, Julia, the legislation is named after the woman who died, Chandra Asinga. It was introduced by Republican Congressman John Molinar and is designed to reduce the risks associated with organ donations by improving the screening process. Today, I spoke to Chandra's biggest advocate, her daughter.
My mom was probably the most patient person I had ever met.
That was Amber Herline describing her mother who passed away in August of 2023 after receiving a bone graft.
She was in a lot of pain a lot of times and not feeling well. And she, even in the midst of that, still, she showed up for everything. Again, just super kind and unconditional.
Chandra Izinga was a 57-year-old woman, but she was also a mother, grandmother, sister, and friend. She suffered from multiple health issues, including back pain that made it difficult for her to get off the couch.
And it was really painful. And quite honestly, she did not want back surgery. But it really was to the point she had tried all these other pain techniques and all these things. She really wasn't kind of living.
But after her surgery, she was in much better spirits and was able to move around more, but unfortunately, that didn't last.
You know, her wound got, and it looked infected. It was red, inflamed, and different things. And she had an enlarged lymph nodes. We were going to her doctor. She was like not eating, losing a ton of weight, really weak.
Chandra was hospitalized for 6 weeks, eventually passing away due to tuberculosis, a bacterial infection she caught from a contaminated bone graft used during surgery. Congressman John Molinar learned about what happened and introduced bipartisan legislation to improve the review process to ensure organ donations are tested and safe.
And the goal of this legislation is to make sure this never happens to someone again. Chandra wanted to spend more time with her grandchildren. That's why she had the back surgery. And we need to develop a good testing protocol to prevent this from ever happening again.
The legislation passed the U.S. House in December but didn't make it to the Senate in time to become law. Molinar is hopeful that will happen this time. We also talked to the Gift of Life of Michigan today about the legislation, and they told us what happened to Chandra Isinga is very rare, but added this legislation will help reduce the risk for others in the future.
Alexis, thanks so much.